Hello everybody, good morning. Can you hear me? Make sure all this audio stuff is right. And I'm running a little bit late, but we're coming. Let's go ahead and check out these markets. Seems like the ARCs are pushing forward today. 420 ETF is in the lead. It's been doing pretty well actually the last couple of days. It was up 6% yesterday, and today pre-market is up almost 2.5%. And then, like I said, the ARC, ARC K, ARC W, ARC F, ARC Q, ARC G. That's pretty much all. And then we have the semis. The SOX, the shaking my head. Looks like we have about print, and NASDAQ is almost even, but that is good news because futures, all day today where I was, I saw it slowly climbing up from negative 0.5% down. So it is slowly climbing up. Dow Jones looks to be about even, but again, that one also was. So this seems to be pretty good right now. Everything seems to be pretty good. Although tech is down a little bit. Look at the 3X's. The SOXL is up a little bit, which I'm not surprised because that one is splitting. The TECL is also splitting. Yeah, as you can see, the pre-market is 42.88 and 43.95, and then it closed yesterday at 6.08 and 4.21 respectively. But yeah, the TQQQ. Well, anyways, we're just gonna have to wait on those. But yeah, anyways, the SOXL is gonna be interesting because those, once the market opens, we're going to be able to. I mean, this is just gonna open up a whole new world for people that are looking to get into these actually, because it's gonna be a lot cheaper on the different leaps or different option strategies are going to be a lot cheaper now since these are 15 times cheaper. So anyways, that will be good stuff. So we're gonna take a look at that because I know a lot of you guys probably are interested in getting into the SOXL or the TECL, and now these are just so much cheaper, so we're gonna have some pretty good opportunities picking up some of these positions. I myself don't want any more of these positions because I already have way too much, and if anything, I probably should rebalance my portfolio, but I'm not doing that until maybe summertime at least. So we're good for now, but all in good time. But I know a lot of you guys will be wanting to pick those up, so we're gonna walk through it. And I mean, hey, I might just get a 3-month call for just good measure in the SOXL. Probably it's good luck. Maybe we can find some good prices, but I wouldn't be surprised even if the market does stay flat today. I would not be surprised that the SOXL and the TECL do push up just because of the split, and now this is available to a lot of more people with a lower budget, and could affect the price if everybody is buying. Those are my thoughts, and I mean, it would have been better if we had bought them yesterday. For example, one share for $630, and then today magically we would have 15 shares for $42, and then we could have captured some gains there. But what leaps am I looking at for SOXL? I'm going to wait until the market opens, because right now, if you see, this is SOXL right here, but if we open up, everything is all messed up because of the split. So we're going to wait until this all updates, which should only be in 9 minutes. The market will be open in 9 minutes. And then we'll be able to see what the prices are and whatnot. But so far, it's almost up 1%. So I would expect, if anything, that the market kind of pulls back a little bit today, because yesterday was so good. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it come back a little bit. We're still in the midst of this dip. So let's just go ahead and look at QQQ. So QQQ is still pretty flat, but it's up 3% yesterday, and that's a lot for a safe ETF. But it's back above the 50-day moving average. it did bounce off this support. And now remember, this trend line that I drew as support, I took the average slope of the normal bull trend, and then I moved it down to the bottom of, well, what was that, in end of October, and then tried to see if I thought it was going to hold. And sure enough, it did. So I think we can extend this. So I think it would hold that. I feel pretty confident that it would, although it is not outside of the realm of possibility that this could pull back down to the slope. But now that it has broken above the 50-day moving average, I don't think that that would be all that likely. But anyways, let's look at the shaking my head. One of my favorite ones. So this was also up 3% yesterday. Somewhat trading in a parallel channel. This actually found the support at the 50-day moving average. So hopefully we see this continue up. I mean, it is up 0.2%, but that, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Nothing to get all that excited about yet. I wouldn't mind if we had a little bit of a cool-off day, because last week was so horrible. Once we see, we have confident, okay, the markets are moving up Monday, people are putting the money back into growth and tech stocks. Okay, so we have a little bit more confident. It went up a decent amount. I mean, my portfolio was up 9.5% yesterday, so that was good. And then to see it pull back down and then start putting money into the more short-term or mid-term positions, I think that could be interesting, because we have a little bit of a boost of confidence, if you know what I mean. So we only have 7 minutes here, but let me look at the chat. The leaps, we're just going to have to look. We're going to have to wait and see when the market opens what they're going to be going for. What's up, Ed? Question: if you buy a put on a stock that is skyrocketing, if you know it won't go down to your strike price, however you know it'll drop down again, can you still make money on the put? Buy a put on a stock that is skyrocketing, but won't go down to your strike price. However you know it'll drop down. Oh, okay. So that was pretty much like my hedges. So yeah, I mean, I literally bought the lowest, the cheapest, and the furthest out, and then the lowest strike possible. So we bought those quote unquote insurance hedges. And I bought mine on the XLK and the SMH. But of course, you could buy on the triple Q, QQQ, you could do SPY, whatever your portfolio is the most heavy. So yeah, for sure you can. I think mine was like a $95 strike. SMH does not need to go down to $95 to make money. If it did go to $95, if it did go down to your strike price, I mean, you might be making 2,000-3,000% or even more, 20,000-30,000%, because that would take a significant crash to get down that low. So that's not really what we're going for. We're going for some dips when the price goes up 50-100%, and then we can sell off those positions, but something like that. Very excited for the SOXL leaps. Congratulations. You guys are going to be able to get it cheap now. Rest in peace, my lemonade vertical. Yeah, the lemonade, it's that got crushed. That got crushed on the earnings. So I would like to take a look at the lemonade. The first thing, well, let's look at lemonade. One of my favorite. I love lemonade. I mean, it just got absolutely killed yesterday on the earnings report, down 6.8%, and that was aftermarket too. So go over to the 4-hour here. It's not that bad. I'm gonna watch, see what happens. I mean, the bleeding might not be done with. like Lee is going down. Is down 2.44% pre-market. That definitely kind of hurts. Well, the Pershing could be interesting. So I don't know if you guys saw my blog today, prostockedvice.com/blog, but some of the things that I wrote about was, and if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and do that. But the IDnomics, somebody remind me to do the IDnomics. Also, I want to look at the BES. That's from the Discord. Someone recommended that one. That one definitely seems interesting. But basically, on the blog from earlier, CCIV could be an interesting territory here. So we definitely want to keep an eye on CCIV, my REGI renewable energy play, and then also the Pershing. Pershing could be very interesting for myself to pick up. We'll see. But we only have 3 minutes, so I wish everybody the best of luck. Let's go ahead and look at. Oh yeah, this is Pershing. So it's kind of flat. Trading right along the 50-day moving average. Could be interesting. Wow, Neo is getting crushed pre-market, down 6.75%. Hikes. Neo is getting crushed. So is Lee though. Lemonade down 7% pre-market, but that was because of the earnings. CCIV, man, down 1.67%. That's okay though. I'm a buyer. Less than $27, I'd get more, but I mean, I don't necessarily want it to go down to $27, but we'll see. Tesla's kind of flat, which is better for me, I guess. Covered calls. But hey, taking my head in the socks is up. That's really all that matters anyways, right? I guess SOXL is doing rather well, huh? Oh yeah. Well, look at that. TECL is actually leading the way because that one split too. Interesting. How about the 1X ones? Yeah, that's interesting because the 1X, the VGT is only 0.2%, so 3X would put it at about 0.6, but also XLK is only 0.05. Of course, that's pre-market. There might not be very much volume, but nevertheless, TECL, TECL, and SOXL, SOXL, they did split. I think TECL was 10-1 and SOXL was 15-1. So these are both in the $40 range. So what that says to me is just buy. But again, I don't want to buy. You guys buy it. I already have too much. But for the people here, I appreciate you guys joining in. I definitely appreciate it. Overall, yeah, I'm still bullish on Lemonade for sure. Yeah, my Lemonade didn't trigger. I didn't have it for after hours though, because that started tanking at the after hours. Yep, TECL did have. In my honest opinion, CCIV could go either way. Yeah. Well, we'll have to wait. Once the merger confirms, I think that there is a higher probability that it would go up once they actually do merge. But I mean, it's pretty cheap. I mean, for a domestic EV that's supposed to have wheels on the ground this year, trading around the same price as Lee. So I would feel pretty good about that. Because Lee is not the top one in China. Neo is the top one in China. Neo, then Xiaopeng, then Lee. So I would feel pretty good about that, but of course I can be wrong. My thoughts on Riot? Yeah, I don't really mess with the Bitcoin one. Well, anyways, the markets are open. Let's see. Okay, so things changed. SOXL is a loser right now. TECL is still up. Yes. Okay, the ARCs are still doing pretty good. The Dow is up, NASDAQ is up a little bit, S&P 500 is up a little bit. Looks pretty good. The SOX is only down just a hair. We're gonna wait that out. So yeah, let me look at the Pershing. This one could be interesting. I think this one would be one of the first things I'd want to do. I want to get a buy order going just for commons on this. I would prefer to buy around 28.5 maybe, if we can swing that. I don't want all that many. Not right now, at least, because I want to be able to dollar cost average down. So the first thing I'm going to do today is the Pershing. It's on the support. I always buy on support. You know that, guys. So yep, that order is off and away. Let me just go ahead and post this up. Okay, so that one's on my Twitter now. And it's only 25 shares, but it's okay. If it does drop down, which I hope it does. To be honest with you, I hope it does, because that's managed by Bill Ackman. So, I mean, it's all rumor right now. That's why I'm buying comments, not options. Lemonade is down 10%. Yeah, this is still getting killed. If you're in the vertical spread, I might consider cutting it, but it depends on how long. Lee is also getting killed. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because Lee is literally trading for $25 a share, and then CCIV is a domestic version, which you think there's something to that. Especially they're going to have wheels on the ground. They need to hurry up. But it's trading around the same price, so I would feel pretty good about that. And once the merger is confirmed, it should get a boost. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be worried. I'd feel pretty confident about holding it. Some other, SOX is down 0.5%. Some other things that we could, yeah, let's look at the, well, there's that BES. On here. Can we buy this? No, it's not available. So does anybody know where to buy, or when that's going to be available, I wonder? Michael Burry says Bitcoin is in a speculative bubble. The Big Short. I mean, it's kind of always in a speculative bubble. I've been doing Bitcoin since 2011, and I mean, literally, I've never a day has gone by that I haven't heard that. Especially like five years ago ish. The thing was, oh, it's the tulips, it's the tulips, and I mean, now it's obviously a lot higher, but Michael Burry is just an eternal bear. That's good for him. He can make money being a bear. It's all good. No hard feelings. I think Bitcoin is past the point now of proof of concept. And especially with the falling dollar and possible economy going to take a dip, I think Bitcoin is a decent store of value during those times. It's not overall a good store of value because it can crash. Isaac, do you have a video for how you have your Webull chart set up? I am new to Webull. I don't really like, how do I have the widgets and everything set up? I don't have a video. Yeah, the EVs are getting killed today. I'm wondering if I should take my THXE or THCX option at 24% or wait until 50. I only have one option open. If you only have one contract, wait to 50. It might go down and you might regret it, but you just have to wait a little bit longer. But of course, if it's a really short term, don't wait until 50. Take the 25. Or 30, you could do in the middle, 35. But overall, be conscious of taking the profits on that. But if it's a longer term one, then you can wait for it dip back down to 10% profit or even a bit minus and wait till it goes up to 50. But be conscious of how long you have for the shot clock. Yeah, the BES is not getting filled. I wonder when that's going to open up. Yeah, let's take a look at those options because I'm pretty sure you guys are interested in that. Yo, SOXL is down 3%. That happened really quick. Oh yeah, everything's going down. NASDAQ, S&P is kind of flat. Dow is up a little bit ish. The ARCs are doing okay. The 3X's, yeah, SOXL is down 2.7%. Interesting. Well, there you go, guys. There's your time to buy it. I mean, considering yesterday it went up so much, it is what it is. That's really funny because now it has my cost basis at. See how I'm doing. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Interesting, huh? Weebles are gonna have to update this stuff for me. Down $290,000 today. Let's see where's my stuff. Voxel. Yep. They haven't updated. Okay, let me look at my op. Apple is doing better. Only at down 18% on that now. That's good. Arc F is only down 7. That's great. Getting a lot better. My hedges aren't doing. The Docu Condor, I don't know if I still have this. I don't still have it. It was canceled. Okay, that's fine. We'll redo that today. Yeah, the Lee is a little bit painful. And then the Costco we got is up a little bit. It's up 3%, so that's cool. I'm gonna let that one ride past earnings. I only have 2 contracts, so it's not so big of a deal. But I mean, if it gets up to 50%, then I'll think about cutting it. CCIV is expiring. I could go ahead and roll that out. I mean, it only costs $8 to buy it back, and then we can sell it again. Oh, Arc W, the 30 shares. Okay, then the option I'm down 23. Arc K 7. I mean, overall, that's not bad. This is not bad. But Weeple needs to update my stuff. Yeah, my options are actually up today. My commons are down 202,000. About that, guys. Yeah, let me let me double check that. They didn't update my cost basis. They didn't put in the shares. Come on. I actually funny because I actually screenshot it because I don't remember off the top of my head how much of each I had. Oh, I didn't take a screenshot. Oh, I'm gonna update. Guess we can message them. Let's see. Okay, this is a good test, guys. I don't know if you can see. No, is the customer support bugs. I will, because there's a lot of questions how fast they are, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of messages about this. But nevertheless, we're going to go ahead and see how fast they take to respond. Okay. So I just asked them when are they going to go ahead and state that. Go ahead and send that off. Let's see how fast we can get a reply. That'll be funny. Oh, my O finally got filled. Cool. Yeah, I got filled at $60 finally. Interesting. Still trying to send that message. Um, is SOXL still a good buy? Yeah, for sure. It usually is a good buy. Down right now. I trying to send this message. See, but yeah, I still want to take a look at the lemonade. Well, Weeble just crashed. Well, nevertheless, we can't really do anything. Not like I'm going to sell covered calls on that. I just don't want to limit my upside on it. Yep. Let's see if that message is sent. Nope. Try one more time. Sent. Yeah. I'm not surprised that it's a mess. I remember when TQQQ split it actually wasn't like this. My account did show like really messed up for a minute there, but it was pre-market, so when it opened, it actually was fine. And I had forgotten about splitting, so I was just like, "Well, congratulations, you got 5 shares of O. You'll probably make it all of a 50 cents per year on those dividends." But hey, it's a start. And that's your retirement fund. It is a start of your retirement, which is good. It's good. Okay, so my message finally sent. So yeah, let's see how long it takes them to respond. Was it like 15 till? Okay. We'll see. It will be interesting. Okay, let's get back to the trading. So yeah, SOXL is down 3%. That's unfortunate, but hey, it happens. It was so much yesterday. It was up almost 10% yesterday, actually. So kind of expected that. But which is, it's overall, this is good. Because now is our time to move. I'm a little bit nervous now on Lemonade. Just because it's down a decent percent. Right at my cut too. I almost, well, the vertical spread, it really does, really is a little bit safer here. I'm pretty happy with the dollar cost averaging down on those arcs though. I guess we could always roll out this CCIV. We could buy it back for $6 because we sold it for 71 cents. We could buy it back for 6 cents. That's like $6, and then we could resell it to get even more in premiums. We're actually going to go ahead and do. You know, I'm just gonna do it for a nickel if I can buy it back. Because whatever. Eventually. So if we can free up those 100 shares, therefore. But yeah, I mean that I feel pretty good about that. That's probably on the CCIV. I mean, we could do that with other things. Also, the Lee, we could. I want to do so many at the same time. It doesn't matter. Condor. Not very. Really do need Docu fall down. What's hard? EVO, NNDM, ACTC. We could roll it out. Could be interesting. Let's do one by one though. This is not rush at all. The solo, it's well. Luckily, my cost basis is 734. I would be interested in rolling that out, but and the Tesla we actually rolled out yesterday. We got a free $5. Well, I ran a poll on Twitter that just concluded 5%. How much were they up yesterday? 49% of everybody was up more than 5%. 25% was 10%. 10% of people were up more than 20. And 16 actually lost. Those are always fun to do. So yeah, I don't know when they're gonna update this, and also I don't know when the BES will be available. You may have already talked about this, but how is your portfolio down near 50%? Why the big drop on SOXL but no news today? That's funny. Yeah, SOXL and TECL, they split. TECL split 15-1 and SOXL split, no, sorry, SOXL split 15-1, TECL split 10-1. So they just haven't updated it on Webull. So technically, I am not down that much. I don't think I'm up actually because the SOXL is dipping a little bit. But if you see, these should be 10 times the shares. So I actually should have more than 2,000 shares. That's really cool. And then I have 328 of SOXL, so I really should have times 15. So also cool. So yeah, it's not negative 78%, 75, 80%. So no. Once they update that, then I've actually sent a message to support wondering when they're going to update it. But hey, we can't really do anything right now. But yeah, I'm not worried about that. I'll update it eventually. So we'll see. Anyways, let's see. What else can we do? I mean, okay, so my CCIV just filled at 5 cents, so I just bought it back. Cool. So now we freed up those 100 shares. Now we're going to look at rolling it out. And let's see what they're going for. I mean, we could roll it out. What do we have? Okay, for my reference, we just filled the IV 5 cents. It was March 5th, 43 strike. So March 5th, all okay. So 43 strike. That's pretty far. So we could make it closer. I mean, this is only 3 days, so we can get some money. So we basically bought this one back for a nickel, and then we can sell it a double. We can double up on our money for the 3 days. Cost basis. And speaking of our cost basis, what is it? 31.4. So keep that in mind. It's 31.4 now. Trading at a little bit less than $30. So let's by Friday. I don't really want to sell this one, so we could go out. And what's our basis? Sorry, 31.4. So we actually could lower it by. I mean, that has a possibility of getting called. And I guess if it does, it does. We're gonna make money. Let's just do that then. So let's, if we have to sell them, we have to sell them. Yeah, let's set our limit price at 0.8. See if that gets filled. Oh. That's 3 days till expiration, so we can lower our cost basis another 80 cents. And we all. Okay, let me check how much we did before actually. post this on Twitter. Okay. So actually that was pretty interesting if we can pull that, because the original CCIV this one, we lowered it 65 cents, and that was on March the 1st. It was yesterday. We lowered it 65 cents already. And then we bought it back for 5 cents. So totally we lowered our cost basis by 60 cents per share. And then since we bought it back, we can afford to roll it out again, which that goes right. This goes right. Working. We should lower it by 80 cents more today. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so SOXL is down 4%. Although it seems like on the spark line it is turning around. Well, what a turn of events. Anyways, the only thing really is ETF it's green is the 421. Interesting. Okay, let's see if we can hunt some down some bargains. MP is almost 5%. That was a great pick. Whoa, BES is up 87%. Cannot even. Oof. Oh, oh well. Zoom is up 3%. Square is up 3%. Square would be an interesting one. I would like to pick that up. To be fair. And what's down a bunch? This HOL could be interesting. Because that's the one merging with Astra, if I remember correctly. Yep. Could be interesting. To get, I think I'm more of a buyer down at 13.5. I'd like to buy on the movie. It dropped to even 14. Could be interesting to buy some shares of it. I don't want to go necessarily crazy because I would like to wait and save my money for ARC X that's coming out. I think that would just be overall better too, especially getting in on that early. Interesting stuff going on. Man, that BES is almost up 100% today. Oh. Don't have insider information on those things. Okay, let's see. Hold on it. Okay. And that's okay. Not a rush. Bitcoin is down a little bit. ETH is not. The crypto is doing all right now. Well, we've got our order in for Pershing. See if we can roll something else out. I mean, it's interesting, like this Lee as well. Close it. Let's do it. That worked pretty good with the other one. Let's go ahead and buy to close this one. Okay, let's see if that hits. And then what else? TEVO is not really worth rolling out. The NNDM could be. Let's wait though. Like it's cheap. We can buy it back. ACTC could be, because ACTC, our average price is 25, and then it's trading for 21.5. So I mean, we could do that. I mean, $4 break even. So it could be interesting. Well, let's just go ahead and put this order in for 0.15, just in case it does get 0.15, or should we? Yeah, let's do 0.15, just in case it does get down there, because I would like to go ahead and roll that out and lower it even further before Friday, next Friday. This one specifically, but we can just lower it even further on the same expiration cycle. So yeah, those are not all that exciting, but and those are really going to be stuff lower. Let's see. So we've got the ACTC and then the CCIV one selling for 80 cents. I wonder what that's going. Oof, it's close. I think that's going to hit soon, which is awesome, because our cost basis on that was cost basis was 31.40, I think. So 31.40 minus 80. Could lower it down to 30.6, and then man, lower it down even more after Friday on Monday, I guess. Even Friday we could close it out again and then sell it for Monday. So that's all good stuff. I mean, we're kind of trying to catch up with that. Yeah, I don't know when they're going to update it, but it doesn't look like it's going to be any time soon. But overall, options are all up 760. That's including the hit. That's not bad. The ARCs are doing all right, making some decent money rolling those out. Is what it is. Okay, let's see. Any comments we can get down on? ACIC, I mean, I guess that's, I don't really want, I already got 100 shares. I'm not so interested in keep holding those. Kind of forget about it because anyways. And that's the flying car, the helicopter taxi play. So that's not so useful anytime soon, but could be interesting. So yeah, we're just like, I would like to get this sorted out, because man, we could sell a bunch of covered calls. I don't know if I want to do that, but it could be interesting if we had 20. If I would have 20, I would be able to sell 23 covered calls on that. Let's see, what would I be able to get realistically without taking so much risk of being behind? So I don't know if these are accurate because of split just happened, but we could go out to 50 strike. is a 17%, and that's in 17 days. I mean, this is 3x, so it is possible, I think. Yeah, this is all messed up. I don't think that's going to accurately reflect it. Go to sell. I think might 52, which is the last. I think that could be 50. Just let's just call it 50. 23 of those. I mean, it's not that much money though. That's only $750. Then you're taking a risk of selling them. You don't want to do. So I don't know. But hey, only 17 days, $1,000, $11. Yeah, not very interesting. SOXL might be more. SOXL could be more. It's down 3.5%, so okay, cool. So my CCIV just filled at 80 cents. Nice. Very nice. That means CCIV cost basis is 30. Sweet. So we just lowered it from 3140 to 3060. So that is awesome. Because it is 3032 right now. Well, around fast, but so we're so close to breaking even. That's just by selling 2 covered calls. Well, selling 1 covered call yesterday, rolling it out today. Was out like that. Then boom, just like that, we are almost breaking even on that. And considering the dip that we are in right now, breaking even is pretty good. Costco is up 0.5%. That's cool. That's pretty much my only call it opening up. The recovery, sorry. My only recovery. Anyways, anxiously awaiting Weeble. This. Yeah. Congratulations, Stephen Frank. Ford called. Yeah, I mean, Ford is good. I'd be interested in getting some more Ford calls, to be honest with you. Now that you mention it, let's check out the good old Lemonade. Now 12%. I mean, it's I'm kind of tempted on that, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna have self-control and hold off on it. Ideanomics is down 4%. It's approaching the 50-day moving average. For me personally, I'm gonna wait on that. I would wait until it's below $2.50. But once if it's below $2.50, that would be an excellent buy. I mean, pretty much buying at the 180-day average. You could, I mean, it's at the 50-day moving average right now. If you want, you could start dollar cost averaging down, but not necessarily a need. So I assume. Oh yeah, let's look at the O though. O's coming back down. So this support didn't hold, which is good because we only bought 17 shares. It was pretty much how much my dividends paid. It was like $1,000 per. For me, I think it's yeah. Anyways, I only have 349 shares. Get one market. Let's market. I don't even think that's. Okay, it just filled for 59.9. So now I have an even 350. I mean, that's cool, but that's more of like a retirement. iPod is still getting killed. Print's not doing that bad. The THCX is the 420 ETF. Pretty good. Actually bounced right out of our buy zone. Clean some of this stuff up. Oh. Could be good. I know Ed has a position on that, so he's probably making some pretty good money now. Yeah, even 350 might as well, right? But I just think you should always add 5 or 10 here and there. I mean, have some extra money. I mean, it's not that expensive. You got a couple $100, you might as well, because since 1994, O has gone up, including the real estate crash. And if you don't know, O is a real estate investment trust. So that's a pretty big deal. O, since 1994, since it IPO'd, it has gone up an average of almost 25% per year. And this company has a history since 1969 of always increasing and always paying dividends on time every single month. So they paid monthly dividends, which is interesting. So it's almost like you're getting a rent roll. That's why I like it, but it's more of a retirement type of thing. But look, the goal is 24% over the long haul, which is pretty good. And you're getting 4.5% right now. After 20 years, when your old grandmas and grandpas, 4.5% could be 6. 6.5%. 20% up to date. Congratulations on that. And yeah, 50% profit. That's cool. Wait for it to pull back. Look, take your 50% profit. Wait for it to pull back. It eventually will pull back. I don't know if it's going to pull back to the 50-day moving average or new support that it might form, but eventually what goes up must come down. So wait for it to pull back, find another entry, and buy it again. The safe thing to do. 50% profit, that's no joke. That is no joke. That's not a little money. Let's continue looking at how things are doing. The ARCs are doing great. That makes me happy because we dollar cost averaged not every single day, a few times on every single long-term ARC position that we had, and those are bouncing up. The markets overall are bouncing back up. The semiconductors are doing the worst, but it's only down 1%, so it's not so bad. I mean, considering it was up 10% yesterday. QQQ is 0.25% down. S&P 500 is flat. Dow Jones. If you see the spark lines, it's definitely making a move toward the moon, towards the northeast. That should be a thing, right? The moon memes. Shouldn't like northeast also be where we want it to go, right? You just anyways, things are looking pretty good on those fronts. Need to update my time. So busy every day. Reports, the videos, and answering you guys questions. I haven't even had time to update my watch list on prostockadvice.com/watchlist. So if you guys haven't already subscribed to the blog, go ahead and find the link in the description for prostockadvice.com and put your email address in at any bottom of the page, and you will receive the daily email notifications for when a new write-up is available. And guys, if you don't know, the link to the Discord is in the description, and probably most of you guys are already members of the Discord server. But just in case you're not and you already have Discord, go ahead and join that. We do have a VIP section, which I prioritize answering all you guys' questions because we receive a bunch of questions and comments every day. But your question will get an answer in 24 hours if you post it in the VIP section. Plus, you can see other people's questions, so there might be some overlappage, and maybe you can learn something if you check it out. And the most important is the Wall of Fame. So if you're making gains from my picks, please send me a screenshot of those because then I will post that in the Wall of Fame and shout you out. ICLN bounced back nicely. Only down 10% compared to 40% last week. Yep, seriously, that's not a joke. The clean energy and the renewable energy really got smashed during that dip. So what that means to us is it's time to buy it because they're super cheap. Because long-term clean energy, renewable energy, the Biden administration will be more friendly towards. So those are going to be long-term plays, no matter if it's leaps or commons. I would recommend both of those. Hold it out. So we're talking about 40% down, and I assume that's some of the options contracts. But we can go ahead and look at this. High clean is definitely something I'm waiting to get into. I would like to buy closer to the 180. We might just have to start dollar cost averaging that. I would really like to switch up some things in my portfolio, because you cannot always just keep buying things. Eventually going to have to sell something. But I think we could get a 25 going. TIF is GTC, extended hours, yes. We could probably do a start at $6 maybe. Then the next one we get another 25 shares at $25. Yep. Go ahead and do that. We're gonna go ahead and send that limit order off and away. Go. And then let me just go ahead and post Twitter. I send it 26 until canceled. Can anybody tell me why my SOXL is 5% and I haven't gotten any? Yeah, they haven't updated. I'm in the same. Well, hasn't updated it. Let me see, because I submitted a support ticket. And the answer. Hopefully, a lot of people are asking whenever they answer. But yeah, I don't know if the right thing to do for the ICLN is commons or options. I mean, probably it would be options way out some leaps, because just the exposure. I mean, now that I think about it, because the $20, that's a 77 delta. 77 delta we could get $900. 77 shares of price. Well, even if we got them for 26, that's still $2,000. So it's a pretty good deal. I might just go ahead and switch that up. Let's go ahead and put that in. We're going to put it in low because we're going to be cheap about it. But I'm definitely down. That's pretty far out. I mean, clean energy, you can't really go wrong with that over the next 4 years. And maybe afterwards you might go wrong with that, but I don't see anytime soon the clean energy would not at least make us some money. And I mean, $900. I mean, you could do the 65 delta. You know what? To be honest with you, I think I might get the 65 delta. Let's try to get that done. 990. They're asking 990 on that. Yeah, $5. Okay. So we're gonna try to get that for 5. I don't know if that's gonna fill. If it does, then we'll put it in for 550. Hopefully, I don't regret that. But we're gonna send that. It's just 2 contracts, so it's not that much money, and I think it has a lot of upside. ICLN. Okay, yeah, so my contracts have. I want to delete. Let me go do that really quick. My options are up $100 today. Probably. My Costco is up 167. orders working. The ICLN 25. I'm prefer the leaps on that now. Think about it. Okay, so that's canceled. And then just filled over the Lee at 10 cents. And that was the $28 strike for this Friday. So we want to look at that. And we have 400 shares, so see what the cost basis is here. Probably nothing good. My cost basis is $28, so we're backwards about $3. So let's see if we can sell these covered calls again for Friday. Lower our cost basis. I mean, realistically, break even 10%. I would think that would, because even if we do sell them, so as long as it's above our cost basis of 28, I mean, problem there. 28, we sold it, sell it for 27. It's gonna be because the thought process is, if I sold it for 26 and then lowered my cost basis by 46 here, then if it did hit 26, then I would sell at 26, so I would actually take a hit on those. So we don't necessarily want to do it for anything crazy, but I think 27 strike, 8%. Safest thing would be though. 28, we just rolled it from. Just rolled it from the 28s. We're gonna do the 26. Because still, that's only 3 more days, and it still needs to get up 7%, which that could be highly unlikely in 3 days. Let's go ahead and try it. Sell that for. We're gonna sell it for. We're just gonna go ahead and sell 4 of those as fast as possible. That's posted on. Then, yep. So currently the cost basis is $28. So if we could get it down to 27.7, so at least it's better. And then on Friday we could always roll it out again and lower the cost basis by another 20-30 cents. 28, 27.5, 27.4. Maybe Monday we could roll more. But you know, we could just do something. We could think about it as just trying to get out of this position, because what, we're $3 backwards, so we kind of need $3. So what if we went out 100 days? Could do it. Could sell it at the 26 here. We get $4. So our cost basis would go from 28 to 24. And then if it hits 26, then we would actually make $2 shares. So $2 times 400 shares, that's $800. Now that I'm thinking about it, I could do that. Also could do the half maybe, instead of just messing with. Kind of interesting. I could do the same thing with Tesla though. I could go out way out 100 days. $1,000. Get paid $28 a share. Bad. But then, even though if I'm happy to sell the Tesla for $850 per share, $56 cost basis on Tesla, very, and then you can also roll those too. Overall, it's not going to be as good doing it further out because we can roll it more often if we're doing order in expiration dates because we can roll them out. But less of a headache. A lot more money though. Still no news on the TECL and SOXL front. That's okay though. As long as they're going up, I'm sure we will sort that out eventually. SOXL is down 3.5. Things look like they were bouncing. Currently look like they're bouncing. Reggie, look at Lemonade, the BES, we're not going to be able to do it. CRM, yeah, it's good. I would be interested. I'm going through a period of raising capital and I want to rebalance some of my options positions, so I'm not really looking to get into so many. Like the Lee one, like I'd be happy to get out of at least of 200 shares or something like of that, and then you know, ACTC and just different things. I'm looking to kind of trim down because I'm at more than 30. I'm at 34 in options now, so I would be interested in getting out of some of those positions. So we'll see though. I'm not looking to get so many, but definitely CRM is a good long term. You're in at Lemonade on at 115. Cool. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Lemonade, the short interest is like 115 is good to get in. I mean, 110 could also be interesting. I doubt it's not going to hit 110 today. It's already down. For me, I would prefer to wait until tomorrow because it did so bad with the earnings. Neo is dying. Lee is, so that's the thing with the covered calls. We totally can salvage this. We literally could salvage it right now if we wanted to, and make possibly $800, even though we're backwards. Those are the good things about the covered calls. Not always. You shouldn't always rely on like, oh well, if I'm just backwards in a position holding bags, let me just sell covered calls to try to salvage it. I mean, yeah, I mean ideally you could do that if you had shares. But don't always count on that. The math doesn't always check out on those things. Pace is 37. You know what? It is totally in my buy zone right now. And I'm considering it, even though it's below the 50-day. You know what? Really kind of want to save my money for the ARC X. I would like to take a position like similar to my other ARC. 17,000 in ARC K, got 17 in ARC G, only 8 in ARC W, which I would like to increase, but again, I need to reorganize some of this stuff. And then the ARC F is the, although ARC W, I have these random 30 shares that I could be interested in switching those 30 shares over to Leaps. Well, that's not technically, because it would just save a lot of money because it's $3,100. I could get exposure to something and only have 30 for $5,000, so it just makes sense to do that. We're gonna think about it. Those things are no rush. Bad idea because I am like thinking about it. Then there's the ARC F. I'm only down 8%. That's really good. It is really good. And then I have one more ARC Q. I have 150 shares. I wonder. He was actually down. The autonomous tech one. This is interesting. Sure. It's holding on the 50-day really nicely. This could be a really good buy. Only $89 a share. I don't have leaps. Only 199 days kind of sucks, but we could sell covered calls on it. Not for very much money though. Some things just don't really work out. IB is only a 38. Not gonna be the best thing to do, so whatever. But I'm really interested in the BES, but can't buy it. Not available. Anyways, whatever. So let me go ahead and pull up the old one. When is ARC-X supposed to come out? Your guess is as good as mine. They don't really say those things, and at least I haven't heard anything about it. But I'm pretty sure we will hear about it when it does come out. So, very big rush or anything like that. But biggest rush is actually Weeble adding my shares in here. It was a pretty quiet split though. I had totally forgotten about it until the at my next list actually reminded me just a couple hours ago. So appreciate that. Anyways, yeah, I wouldn't even sell covered calls on that anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I would really like to the ACIC. I would like to turn a profit on that. Raise that capital. The Lee 400 shares as well. That's $10,000 right there. That's not a little bit of. That order is not hitting. I would instead of doing the covered call for like so far out, like 108 days, yeah, we could break even on that and make $800 about. $800, it's not so bad for $10,000 investment. Not that bad, right? Well, plus well, yeah, about $800 profit, so that's not all that bad. So we could literally go ahead and do that. And then we'd be cool. But the problem is that money is going to be tied up till June. Would rather get out of it faster so I could take that 10 G's and put it in something else. That's the problem. Oh. That's hard to say. Well, anyways, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing on it. What do we have cooking right now? Lee, the ICLN. Okay, that was interesting, but I don't know if that's still. But ACTC, we're also trying to roll it out. Then the Pershing 25 share. This one is interesting. Now it's a spec, so be careful, but that one is we can get it for 20. Order was like 28.5, right? Well, let me take a look at the good old watch list on the website and see if we find anything interesting here. Idenomics, but that one needs to come down a little bit for me to be. The MP would be very interesting, but it's already up so much I don't really. What goes up must come down. I'm not in it. I'm wait, it's all good. And let's see. Print we've been averaging down on. D-Dog. I didn't look at D-Dog in a while actually. Let's like that graph. We could have some fun with 110. I think the break even is 113 almost. Not that expensive. It's only $300. It's tempting, but again, I want to kind of be able to capital on some of these things. Overall, everything's red today. Most everything. But it's kind of back and forth. More back than forth, though. So we're just going to have to kind of wait this out. I don't expect it to go down much lower. And I did kind of expect it to pull back a little bit. Yesterday was just too much up. Let's look at the good old QQ. Down 0.75%. It's right on the 50-day though. If it can hold the 50-day, which is 320.58, I would say that. Because it might not be coming up to this trend again. We might be seeing it trade at the same slope, but at a lower price. So we'll see. But anyways, there's not all too many things that I want doing today, except for what we're doing. We're trying to roll them out. I try to get a clean energy. Try to roll out the Lee, the clean energy, roll out the ACTC. We already successfully rolled out the CCIV, so that's good. The Lee is going to be pretty, if it might. Pershing got a limit order in. Filled already was the O, which is cool. And then the CCIV, and then the Lee that we. Overall, things are going pretty well. This little pullback doesn't surprise me at all. So we could average down on print. All right. Cost basis is 41.75. Affect the price all that much, so we're probably gonna hold borrow on that. And then my options going pretty well. The arcs are all up. CCIV, I'm happy with both of these. Selling this put and selling all, I'm happy. Costco's dropping, but we're gonna hold that through earnings. That's an earning. Might not go well, but we'll see. Reggie was another one that I wrote about today. Hopefully you guys picked up some of that. It's been coming up. I expect it to keep coming up. And the DocuCondor. We can close this at 0.65. We're going to do it. Which that's what it says it's going for right now, but probably not though, because what's the price of sign? Because it needs to be lower than 22.5 for us to make. And yeah, it's not. It's actually so much. So that one is not all that good, but we still have some time, so we're gonna let it work anyways. Expensive. Oh. ACIC comes up soon. Definitely want to. And possibly trimming Tesla is our future. And that would be pretty good. Because that money can be used for bigger and better things. bigger and better things. But hey, we're making some pretty good picks though, I do have to say. Um the picks, they're going up a decent amount, like economics, MVIS, and NDM. I mean, of course, the dip, pretty much everything is down, but you know, it is what it is. We're buying a lot. We're dollar cost averaging down, so overall, things are going pretty well. I do have to say. CCIV, yeah, I would. I wouldn't buy so many. I would dollar cost average, pick up a little. Costco, yeah, I would still get some, but that one's more risky because the earnings are coming out on Thursday. We'll have to see. I'm pretty bullish on it overall, so SPCX is just down so much. It's can't see it dropping down a lot. As soon as Kathy starts picking crazy, I definitely agree with it. Talking about this. Catch me up, please. Before you can do a cash covered put, do you have to have funds settle before a cash covered put? Off the top of my head, I don't know. But you need level 1 options. Also check that out. But I don't think so. Possibly you would need a margin account if somebody can double check. I remember some people were talking about that with options, but you at least need level 1 to do it. Because remember, level 1 is selling calls, and covered puts. Then 2 is actually buying the calls and buying. And then 3 is all the complicated things like vertical spreads, condors, butterflies, iron condors, things like that. 4 is the risky. You don't really want. That's all the naked calls and naked. Out of curiosity, when ArcX comes out, won't Kathy be buying stocks, meaning bump up in value? That's true. It's a good point. But I don't know. I mean, those space ones are getting pretty hammered though. Meant to be space, not SpaceX. I mean, what is this SpaceX though? Interesting. I have no idea. It's a spec. No information on it. It's $30. Always could Google it. Always can Google it. SPCX spec. First actively managed SPCX gives investors exposure to a broad portfolio. Hold on, let me read this. Interesting. SPACs are one of the most exciting and disruptive capital markets themes over the past several years. Along with an increase in the number of SPAC IPOs, larger deal sizes, high-profile sponsor teams are drawing investors to this once underfollowed market. However, with little research and information available on publicly traded SPACs, investors often feel left wondering how they can effectively access a market that has traditionally been in investors. Solution: the SPAC and new issue ETF, SPCX, the first actively managed SPAC. SPCX gives investors exposure to a broad portfolio of with familiar attributes of an exchange-traded fund's diversity, tax efficiency, liquidity. That was an awesome typo. Pretty good typo. So Interesting. Well, it started out at $25. Now it's December. Yeah, I heard about some of these back ETFs, but the ones that I had found, and I guess it was before December, was um, not available on some other ones. But that's definitely interesting. I don't even know, man. Sounds like a great idea. It's only been out for 50 days. And you can barely see the 50-day moving average starting here. Cool though. I mean, I wanted to do that. Stuff. I might have to add that to the watch list officially. SPAC ETF. That's actually SPCX would have been better for SpaceX if it ever IPO. SpaceX. That's what I need. Probably. But yeah, I mean, I see your point. Going back to the original comment on the space, you don't see it dropping much further. I mean, yeah. Wouldn't you just rather have SpaceX? In all honesty, not that exciting. I mean, I had the put on it in my buy zone. Buy it and you'll probably come out good. But you know, see how everything is. SOXL's going to be down 6%, 5.5%. And nothing we can do about that. Our options were doing pretty good, but it we'll try to hedge. On the SMH is not working. I would prefer close that, even break even, and then drop back down by it more. But since SMH is, or since the semiconductor is falling today, could be interesting. XLK when it decent amount of money on that one. But the next time we get a dip, this one should be just gonna have to wait until the next dip, which it'll happen. Probably once this is finished, probably another month before another dip happens. Overall, pretty happy with the ARC positions that we're in. Dollar cost average down so far. Pretty happy with that overall. The Lemonade I'm going to hold off on. Costco I'm not going to cost average. We'll see how much further it drops. I'm only on it. We're going to hold it through. I mean, we have until and yeah, hopefully Webull gets this sorted out, huh? Still haven't. Rocket Lab. Definitely hearing a lot about that one. Also the HOL, which is merging with Astra. Oh wait, no. Oh, that one's up a going on here. HOL could be an interesting pickup. I think I might go ahead and set a limit order down close to 50-day. It looks like it might be filling this gap. We'll see. But I definitely could see myself. And I just want to do comments. I don't want too many options for facts. Realistically, I don't dropping down. Maybe we'll hold off. No point to do that. Economics is pulled back to the 50-day. I mean, this could be an interesting time to get in it if it could. I know some people were asking me about that. I'm gonna hold off though. Maybe to this port. We'll see though. Other than that, Lemonade is down the most today. And if you're in it for 115, you're making a little bit of money. Neo Xiaopeng is down a lot. The Bitcoin ones are down. SOXL's down only 4.5. Workhorse is another interesting one that we could look at. And I mean, I know they didn't get the US contract, but it's not the end of the game. It's not the end of the road for them. They have other clients. Having a meeting with the USPS, although that's opinion, but it could. I just give little to no expectations on that. But yeah, they still have other clients, and they still could possibly get the contract for the federal fleets. But yeah, we could take a look at the workforce though. It would be interesting. The company is not going anywhere. They still provide a good service. Down 4% though, it could be a pretty good chance. Although if we waited, I could get it for 14. See, we'll see how it goes later in the week. Let's ACQ. Another space spec. This is the one merging with. So it could be interesting to get it for sure. I'm gonna put the order in for probably $13. See if we can get. Not so interested in that one. I was gonna write about. Put it on the watch list tomorrow. But you guys, we've been talking about it. I don't hit, but hopefully it does. Not in a rush to get that one. That one could pull back. The SPACs are pretty volatile, so I wouldn't. And then let's see. The workhorse. Oh, I want to wait. What's going on? And then another one that we talked about I see keep popping up lately is Jumia. Just like the African Amazon. So this could be pretty good deal too. Options on this one. You can do an April 1 month. I just want to do a shorter one on this. I think it could be. And 56, 57 strikes. Or break even, I mean. Not that much more expensive to get. 52. That's pretty cheap. 51.5. Let's try to get it for I want to get it for $3 just in case it dips further. It's possible if it pulls back. Let's try to get that for $3. I could see myself getting maybe 2 because it's short term. I don't want. So yep, let's go ahead and do that. So that's the April 21st strike. That is for April 21st. I'm only gonna get 2 contracts, and it's the 51.5. Right. All right, I'm gonna go send that in. $3. This one could be interesting though. Not sure if that one's gonna hit, but we'll see. If it does, then we're gonna have a really good deal. If I'm taking any new positions right now, it's gonna have to be capital. Anyways, it is what it is. So we'll see. And then the last one I wanted to look at today is going to be Baidu. And how are we doing? This one's up a decent. Housing off support. Got 2 parallel channels going on here. Looks overall pretty interesting, in my opinion. I'd be interesting in the comments. No, sorry, in the options. Let me refresh my memory. What was my target price? It was $330, entry at $290. Risk of 3. It was definitely past my 290. Because it was over here. It's moving up towards my 3. So it still could be interesting. Would have been more interesting. But well, let's see if at 330, a couple months out. Do a call, try to get expensive. I mean, I'm not really. You really, I mean, it's just up a lot today, going up 2.5%. So it would be better on a day that is down. But I'm not ready to put $10,000 in that position. I get it. When are we going to be able to buy C? Not buy it. I think the HOL could be actually on the move up today. Spark lines seem to be improving a little bit. It's gonna be choppy water. But anyways, so new to investing. Am I crazy to buy SOXL today? Nope, you're not. I think that's a wonderful idea. One of my favorite stocks, and 2020 that was my best performer. 700%. Up at the top of my head, and now so cheap because they did the split. It's a good time in my opinion. But anyways, all right, Ed, man, see you later. I also probably need to catch a nap. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Check out all the links in the Discord, or sorry, in the comments. We have a Discord server, and we have a Twitter as well. You can follow it. Go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel. Like the video. We're still growing pretty fast, even though we dipped down last week all across the markets. Overall, we're less interested in stock and personal finance content when they're losing money, I guess. But hey, it is what it is. But I do appreciate you guys sticking around and dollar cost averaging down with me during the dip. And hey, we're getting paid. Yesterday, we're up 10%. Some of you guys are up even more than me. That's really awesome. But anyways, guys, I